in the feels now. I'm just in the feels. Early 2000s shows, of course. Arthur! Whoa! Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle and I make art videos about my life as I navigate my 20s and so many things in between. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, you should definitely hit subscribe to see more content from me because I'm going to be posting. Today, we're talking about nostalgia, and specifically nostalgia for, you know, late 90s, early 2000s kids in the cartoon realm, how things have changed. And I've gotten multiple messages about the Arthur finale wrap-up situation. I mean, it's nostalgia for like us, the kids who were like around like towards the beginning of Arthur, but I mean, Arthur has been running. They have been doing the thing. They did not take a break and say, oh, we need to come back. They kept doing the thing, and they've been running for a very, very long time. 25 seasons, although some of the seasons have like 4 episodes, some of them have like 3 episodes. But still, that is a lot of seasons, so I mean, Arthur is a classic, so I'm excited to see. I have seen some of the more recent episodes, but I'm excited to see how they wrap up the end, and I'm going to react to that on camera for you all, so stay tuned. But first, let's figure out this nostalgia stuff, shall we? We shall. I've seen TikToks about it. I've seen people like creating theories about what XYZ might mean, and I vigilantly tried to avoid it as best as I can so I could react to it right here for you all. According to the Apple Dictionary, which probably pulls from Google, which probably pulls from Webster or something else like that, nostalgia is a noun that describes a sentimental longing or wishful affection for the past, typically for a period or place with happy personal associations. Something done or presented in order to evoke feelings of nostalgia. And its origin, if anyone wants to know, if anyone was one of those people that would always watch the spelling bee growing up, its origin is the late 18th century modern Latin, translating from a German word meaning homesickness. So returning home, or even a pain, a longing to return home. A lot of the most like memorable cartoons from our past, they come with a built-in sense of nostalgia, or just even if it's not that memorable for someone else, it might be nostalgic for another person because they just used to watch it, or it's associated with some other memory, watching it with someone else or watching it at a specific time in a specific place. You know, every generation has those little like shows and things that were kind of defining moments for that generation and things that people always remember. So it's not exclusive to just our generation's past, but sometimes it feels like it is because it's like those were the good old days. We were younger. It was a time when we weren't in a pandemic, when we didn't have any bills or taxes or any, it was just like simpler times, and these cartoons are really made to bring joy, to be something that you remember, you can like laugh about the next day or think about, or you know, be a part of the joke because you're watching something. Somebody else on the other side of the world could be watching the same thing. It's something that we feel cozy about. I'm a 90s baby. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what the 2000s kids say. I am a 90s baby through and through. But I did grow up on a lot of those like early 2000s shows, of course. But our generation were really the last few to grow up on like VCR tapes, on things before, you know, the iPad and the iPhone as we know it today, or even, it was very much just like turn on the TV with family, or turn on the TV if you can before school and tune in and watch something. And it was special. You couldn't, you know, just binge 25 seasons of Arthur or whatever you're watching in one sitting. And I don't know if the nostalgia just really had a hold on me, but I knew in my heart of hearts as I got older that I wanted to pursue animation. I wanted to work in this industry that, you know, has such an impact on young minds and, you know, will potentially serve as nostalgia, dare I say, for kids 10, 15 years from now. But there's also the question of what will nostalgia really look like for kids, 15 years from now. Obviously, people are definitely, kids especially, are still watching cartoons and enjoying them. Sometimes it just feels like the audience or the audience group is a lot more niche, and it's just like a smaller community, of course, unless it's like a mega show, but it feels like a smaller community of people watching or like relating to that content, which is neither here nor there. It just like is what it is. So like it's more of a niche group. You might not be able to go, out on the street and mention a show and somebody, exactly know that show, especially if it's like a random like Netflix like find. But what you can do is hop on Twitter and connect with hundreds of thousands of millions of people that have watched and enjoyed and have shared online about it, and, connect with people in that sense on watching the show. So there's ups and downs, but it just is like the current landscape of media, the current landscape of television, I feel like. Streaming services have made ease of access to the content a little bit easier in terms of schedules, but I don't know, something was special about knowing that everyone around you was also tuned into this one thing at the same time as you, and they weren't gonna know what was gonna happen next until next week. Like it was one of those experiences. That being said, that is kind of like just me rambling thoughts about nostalgia and kind of like where we're at with that. But the moment we've all been waiting for, I'm going to be watching the Arthur finale. Like, this is the finale. Arthur's finishing. Bittersweet because Arthur, so good, so solid throughout the years, has some of the funniest writing that I've seen just like consistently throughout a show like this, and I've also learned some amazing lessons from Arthur as well. So I'm excited to see what they've done to wrap up these characters, wrap up their lives, and wrap up this entire like story that has impacted so many people as they've grown up just like watching this show. It was hard to gauge whether the response to it was positive or negative, but there was definitely a response. So I'm going to go ahead and get on in there and watch. Okay, if you are looking for it, it is on YouTube. I will like link it down below or somewhere. Arthur finale full episode, Blabbermouth / all grown up PBS Kids. PBS Kids, like, y'all are always doing so good. So good. It has 1.8 million views, y'all, so, and 48,000 likes. Here we go.
Every day when you walk and play and get along with each other.
They've definitely made the line work to the show a lot crispier than I remember it. I've always loved the art style. It feels so much like a coloring book or like a young and kids like picture book. It's simple yet it's detailed and beautiful, so.
Fess up, Arthur. I didn't tell you because you would have blabbed about it to Muffy. What?
I feel like Buster would be a blabbermouth.
Bird surprise party! Bird surprise party!
Arthur is literally here just like, he just read Buster for like his life. Like Buster was like, like, give me an example of when I blabbered, and he had a list already. To think that they've held on to some of these sound effects for 1996, since 1996, I don't know if they were using all the same sound effects, but like they must have held on to these sound effects forever. Wow, amazing. Buster cannot be trusted is what I'm seeing. Like, he just full on like no pressure at all, just gave up Arthur's secret. I feel like one thing about Arthur is that they have always showed us like just like realistic, visions of like what people are like, how people act, friend dynamics, sibling dynamics, parent dynamics. Like, no one's perfect. And sometimes there's fights and sometimes there's words. Yeah, this is totally realistic. Love this. I've always loved these characters. They're hilarious. I'm in the feels now. I'm just in the feels. Muffy has an iPad. Queen. A queen. Pictogram. Is Muffy an influencer? Is she gonna grow up to be an influencer in the next half? This is giving me like Love, Simon, where they had like the school like WikiLeaks or Wiki Creek Leaks or whatever that school's name was called. Like they had like the secret drop site where people would like get exposed slash it turned into like an empowerment thing at the end. Alright, this is it, y'all. The true finale that I think people have been like really chatting about. All grown up. Let's go.
All grown up.
So from what I'm seeing, they are about to play some sort of a game that is going to tell them or predict something about, you know, their future. So, ooh.
You were a pizza topping. What would you be? This game is so retro. What?
She goes, this game is so retro. Retro, that is a word that I don't use often, but maybe I should. But she isn't wrong. It's a pretty retro game. It reminds me of like those magazines that would like do the same thing basically, and you had like certain like choices to choose from, or like the more modern day version would be like a BuzzFeed quiz that's gonna like tell you about the kind of career you'll have in the future, but it's like asking you what kind of like cereal you like does it have any correlation whatsoever.
You could be a mail carrier.
So like the game is predicting the kinds of like careers that they're gonna have when they're grown up, and they're like showing us like what this would look like for them. So our Queen Muffy as a mail carrier. First of all, they have wronged Francine yet again. What is going on with her hair? What's going on with just everything? They've wronged her. Whoa, this is the last straw. I guess this is truly the last straw because this is the last episode, but like, what? Okay, she's working in tech. She's tired. She is tired. They got Buster as a teacher, which I think would actually be fun for him. But he gotta learn to not be telling his people's business. He can't be telling people's business as a teacher. No. Wait, Arthur didn't get one quite yet, but we'll see as the episode goes on. We'll see. Whoa, they're giving us a future flash forward 20 years into the future. Whoa, oh my gosh. This is giving like high nostalgia vibes right now. 20 years. It's probably been like 20 years, y'all. Almost 20 years since I stopped watching this show. Not quite 20 years, but nearing that. That's crazy. Arthur! Whoa!
With you as your teacher, it was free.
Why did they only scale up Arthur's voice? That scared me. That shocked me. That honestly terrified me. What is going on here?
Can I put one of these up? I know. Why doesn't he just retouch?
Everyone's got like a new like hairstyle, new look. Like Francine's got like some eyeliner on. Arthur has hair. Like, whoa, even the ice cream shop is kind of like, it looks like a little hip cafe. So, whoa, this is like craziness. So they didn't end up in those same things that the thing predicted, but they're living their best lives, it seems like. They found a way to like use their strengths to go into something that was like more for them. I was wondering if they were gonna include DW in this, and our Queen DW is telling folks they need to kick it to the curb. Muffy's about to be mayor, like Francine is like some sort of a shoe entrepreneur. Like they're living. Buster enjoys like, you know, working with like students, it seems like, in some sort of fashion. Arthur is here writing Arthur in a graphic novel format.
I imagined you'd write a graphic novel.
Me neither. I just like drawing animals. Chapter 1. How I got my very first pair of glasses.
You know, I'm glad that they didn't do anything super long and drawn out. They just did a simple, like, half an episode slot, little closure for us that grew up with Arthur and probably the kids that grew up watching Arthur today as well. And I think it was a little sweet little ending, and we got to see a glimpse into what they would have looked like in the future. There's probably people that were like, let's do a whole entire like future, like all grown up Arthur edition, but I think that it was a strong idea to just kind of like end it like this and wrap up, and that was sweet, and I like how it ended, you know, back where it started. I'd be interested to know if that little end where he started with his graphic novel also matches up with the first episode of Arthur. I think that'd be really sweet, so I will go back and check that out for you guys, and I will confirm somewhere here on the screen if that is true or not. But like, that was cute. Arthur will forever be something that's, you know, very near and dear to my heart, and I loved even when they took Baxter and did a whole other like separate spin-off situation. You know that you have really strong characters in a show and you can just kind of give a whole other side character, I guess he's still a main, but give a whole other character their own situation, and you know, people still enjoy it. So there's that, but kudos. I loved reacting to that, and it just really warmed my heart. I wanted to just do that and share it with you all today. I mean, I only, you know, gave my reaction, but I would still encourage you guys to go watch the actual little clip. The whole full episode is on YouTube, like I mentioned, so go check it out. It was very sweet. Love Arthur. I loved how they ended it. It was just simple. Like, they didn't, you know, it wasn't extravaganza. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video with me. If you cannot tell, I love cartoons, I love animation, and I love the opportunity to talk about the past, talk about nostalgia, and how that impacts our interactions with what we see on screen. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this today. If you enjoyed, please do hit the like button to let me know that you guys are enjoying this content. It helps me out a lot to know that information. And hit subscribe if you want to see more from me. I'm here. Definitely hit subscribe to see more of my content. But until next time, you all, bye-bye. Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I said, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. We can learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm, the